Welcome to Indy. Can't wait to see what the future holds in the 317. On that note, we welcome in Darius, who just established the Maniac Foundation, and props to you on doing that, Darius, paying it forward. We'll get into that in just a bit. But we need to have some fun, Darius, because Max is a huge fan of Carson Wentz, in case you haven't noticed. Really gives him a lot of props on the show, sometimes mixes it up with Dan Orlovsky about this subject. Tell me why you are so excited to have him as your quarterback.
For one, just playing against him in 2018 and seeing how well he played there and hearing all the great things from, Coach Frank and seeing what type of guy he is. You see he's a God-loving guy, and, he's, from what I'm hearing, he put the team first, and that's what you need in the quarterback. And just to see where he throws the ball around, that's something that you would love to see. He moves out of the pocket. He escapes the pocket a lot. So definitely looking to see what he brings to this offense.
Darius, appreciate you being on the show. One of the things that I'm fond of saying about Carson Wentz, even though I think he had a horrible year last year, is that this guy a few years ago was an MVP candidate. And when I talked to Max Kellerman and we talk about bust, I said bust are people that never had it. You understand? Not somebody who had it and then for some reason lost it. So as an NFL player, if you see a quarterback take a dive like he did this last season, where clearly he's not what he once was, but he's still young at age 28, what's the kind of thinking that you guys have about one of your contemporaries that's just fallen off for a season, particularly at the quarterback position? What's the belief system involved in that kind of thinking?
Everybody, we play this game to be the best each and every year. And, sometimes in life, you're going to stumble. Sometimes, you're going to fall on your back, but you never get judged from you falling on your back. You get judged on what do you do when you get back on your feet. And, just seeing the things that, what he's capable of doing. And now he's coming to a new team, new weapons, a great offensive line, a great running core, and a great receivers. And I'm just looking forward to knowing that what he did before his season last year. And hopefully we can have that quarterback come out and hopefully he lead us to the right direction.
Darius, I thought in 2017 Carson Wentz was the best player in the league when he went down with injury. My criticism started in the second half of 2019 where I saw him falling off. I saw a poor quarterback play, but the press lauded him as being great. And I thought, no, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And not only that, he's believing the press clippings, right? You are a great young player. You're not good. You are a great young player. I haven't noticed you reading your press clippings and believing that and slacking off in the slightest. How do you, as a young player, maintain that high level of play without taking things for granted? Because that's the kind of thing Carson Wentz is going to have to do in order to get back to the way he looked. He's going to have to rebuild.
For me, man, my mindset is everybody who talk trash about you, you want to prove them wrong. So, I look at every negative comment that's said about me. I like it on Twitter. I talk about it, and I use it as motivation because, ever since I was in high school, everybody doubted me. So my goal is to prove that, I belong in this league. And I never take anything for granted because my brother played it, and I saw he tore his ACL, and I know how quickly, this thing could end. So you never get complacent. You just want to continue to be the best and continue to work each day. That's the mindset through it all.
Darius, listen, you're an all-pro. You're in this league. You obviously have friends, contemporaries in this league. And I find it very, very difficult to believe that once you heard about Carson Wentz coming to your team, that you haven't spoken to some people, even including maybe some of his former teammates. What are the kind of things you have heard about Carson Wentz that has you at this point where you're feeling good and you're feeling comfortable about him being your quarterback moving forward? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, everybody I talked to only said great things about him. It was more so he's a great leader. He's a great teammate. He's a great father and a husband. And, that's what you need leading the team. You want somebody who's eager to come in, eager, want to work, want to be great. And like you say, he's coming back with Coach Frank, and Coach Frank, one of the greatest offensive mindsets, I think, in his league. And so with him coming here and everybody saying great things, and I feel like, the Colts have a great team, in all three phases, and we just got to somehow put this thing together. With him leading the charge, I think we should be all right.
Well, I agree with that assessment of your team. Your team was just lacking a quarterback with high-end potential in the playoffs. Probably that wasn't Phillip Rivers at that stage in his career, which is why he's no longer playing right now, and you hope that Carson Wentz can get you over the top. Is that the key? Does the quarterback play need to show up in the playoffs, or are there other deficiencies on the team, which looks extremely well balanced, both sides of the ball, that you guys need to get better at in the playoffs?
For me, man, I honestly thought Phillip played well. And you know, if you look at the Super Bowl, what won that ball game? It was defensive play, and I felt like, you know, this year we got to be more consistent on defense. We can't just play one great half of football. We got to play four great quarters. So I mean, if you want to win games in the playoffs, or you want to win the Super Bowl, you got to have a great defense, and that's what we got to do with the coach. We got to be more consistent on defense, and I put all the weight on my shoulders, and I think that's what we're about to do to win the Super Bowl.
Darius, let me ask you this. We talked about at the top of the show, J.J. Watt left the Texans, and he's going to Arizona. We know DeAndre Hopkins did, and we've heard that Deshaun Watson obviously wants out as well. How do players around the league feel about potentially playing for the Houston Texans? Like, what's that conversation like right now?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I play. I'm all in with the Indianapolis Colts. That's all I talk about, and I'm not too sure exactly what's going on in Houston, but for the Indianapolis, for the Colts, I enjoy it. J.J. Watt's gone, so that's one of the edge rushers that we don't have to worry about. And if Deshaun Watson leaves, that's a great quarterback we're facing twice a year. So if he leaves, that helps us out a whole lot. So I don't know exactly what they got going on. We just got to continue what we can do as the Indianapolis Colts. Let's get 1% better each day.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.